Alright, so jumping straight into it, one of the first things that you guys need to know when it comes to building up your traffic sources, if you are looking to build a dropshipping business, is that there's two main ways that you can do it. You can either get free traffic or you can either get paid traffic. And I'm going to go through these two different methods and I'm going to break down the pros and cons of each different one. But firstly, let's start off with free traffic. So when it comes to free traffic specifically, there's a number of different ways that you can do it. But two of the main ways that you can build up your free traffic sources is by either using social media or by ranking on websites like Google, Yahoo, Bing, etc. So if we just focus on social media to begin with, the way that this works is that you're simply going to choose a platform or you're going to post content on every single platform. So for example, TikTok. And the way that most people are doing it nowadays is that they're going to buy the exact same product that they intend to sell on their store from either their supplier or they're going to buy it from either Amazon or eBay, send the product to their house. What they're going to do from there is now make various different videos about that product and then post those videos sometimes multiple times every single day. And the way that platforms like Instagram Reels and TikTok work at the moment is that if you're posting consistently every single day, there's a high chance that you're going to be able to go viral. And if you're able to go viral and a lot of people come across your content, there's a chance that some of them are going to buy the product. And just to give an example of how this works, I've just jumped onto TikTok and typed in TikTok made me buy it. And there's all of these different products that people are making videos about on a regular basis. However, there's this video right here that was able to get almost 800,000 likes. As you guys can see right there, they've been able to build up their followers to over 600,000 and they've got over 20 million different likes. And all of their recent videos are about the exact same products where they're able to get over 16 million views, 80 million views, 20 million views. And in the description, they've got a link that I'm sure is going to take me directly to the product page. Yep, right there, as you guys can see, they've built an entire Shopify store around this product. They're selling it for around $29.99 right now. And I've just jumped onto CJ Dropshipping and we can see the exact same product is available and we're going to be able to buy it today for a total dropshipping price of around $14. So that's basically how you can use social media when it comes to getting free traffic directed to your website. And the second way that you can get free traffic is by ranking on websites like Google and Bing. And the way that you're going to do that is by making sure that you're using the right keywords within your product description on your website, as well as making sure that you're using the right keywords within the actual collection and just various different places on the back end of your Shopify account. And if you're able to do that consistently, as well as making sure that you're using other SEO hacks, before you know it, you're going to end up on the first page of Google. And I know that this definitely works because I've personally been able to do it myself with various different Shopify dropshipping stores. However, there's some pros and cons that you need to be aware of when it comes to trying to use all of these different free methods in terms of social media and ranking on websites like Google. So if we start off with the pros of social media, you're going to be able to reach thousands of different people overnight. If you're able to be consistent and post every single day on, let's say, TikTok, as I just showed you, you're going to be able to reach thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people if one of your videos take off. However, one of the cons is that those people may not even want to buy the item. This is definitely something you need to consider because a lot of beginners want to start dropshipping, they want to start a TikTok account, they want to go viral, forgetting the fact that the people that are going to come across their video may not even want to buy the product. Which now brings me on to one of the pros of trying to rank on a website like Google, which is that it's a great way to build consistent traffic to your site. If you're able to target the right keywords and you're able to land on the first page of Google, you're going to be able to potentially be there for the next year, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years. And whenever someone types in that keyword, they're going to come across your site. And because that person has typed in that keyword, we already know that they've got an interest in that product. And that's the reason why I always try to use search engine optimization with every single e-commerce website that I decide to start. However, one of the cons is that it may take a while for you to rank in the search results. So trying to get on the first page of Google definitely isn't going to happen overnight. It's something that's going to take some time. For me, it takes me around maybe 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Sometimes it takes me up to around 9 months for me to see my website on the first page of Google. So again, you need to bear this in mind if you are going to go down the route of trying to get your website ranked on Google, Bing, or any other search engine. So swiftly moving on to some of the paid traffic sources that you guys need to be aware of if you're a beginner, which is things like Google Shopping ads, Google ads, Google search ads, Bing ads, Facebook ads, Snapchat, TikTok, and even sponsorships. These are some of the most popular ways that a lot of dropshippers use when it comes to paying for advertising for them to get people onto their website. And I'm sure that most of you are already aware of what, Google ads, Bing ads, Facebook ads, etc. already are because it says it in the name. But when it comes to sponsorships, this is simply where you're going to pay someone that already has an audience built up for them to showcase your website or your product in front of their audience. Whether it's an influencer, whether it's someone that has their own email list, maybe it's someone that has their own blog, website, wherever the case is, you're going to be able to pay that person or that company for them to put your product or your website in front of their audience. And then from there, you're going to be able to build up traffic. And when it comes to the main differences between all of these different paid traffic options, I've grouped them into two different sections. Section 1 is intent-based targeting and section 2 is non-intent-based targeting. And what intent-based targeting means is that if you're going to use one of these paid options, you already know that the person has some sort of intent to buy the product because the potential customer would have had to go onto one of these websites, type in a keyword, and then that's when they're now going to be able to see your ad, which means that there's a high likelihood that they're most likely going to buy the product because they've got the intention to buy the product. However, when it comes to these non-intent based targeting methods, because you're not really sure if the person has the intent to buy it because they don't necessarily have their credit card in their hand, they went onto these platforms because they're social media platforms and they didn't have the mindset to buy an item, there's a less likelihood that you're going to be able to convert a visitor from one of these platforms into a paying customer. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't use any one of these paid traffic methods. All I'm saying is that you need to be aware that you're going after cold traffic. If you're aware of that, then you're going to be able to manage your expectations. However, when it comes to all of the dropshipping e-commerce stores that I like to set up, I like to target warm traffic. The way that I like to do it is make sure that I'm selecting products to sell that I know people out there are searching for, and then it's now my job to make sure that I'm positioning my website in front of those people for me to increase my chances of being able to make money. But of course, there's so much more that goes into starting a successful dropshipping business. I just wanted to give you guys the basic things that I wish I was aware of when I first started my business, because it would have allowed me to focus on the right traffic methods for the products that I was selling at the time. But if you want to watch a completely free webinar where I go into a little bit more detail as to how I was able to use Google Shopping ads to get one of my first ever Shopify stores to the point of me making over $1,000 in profit every single day, then you can watch that free webinar by clicking the first link in the description down below. Or if you'd rather watch another YouTube video that I made not too long ago where I break down the step-by-step method that you need to know when it comes to starting a dropshipping business, moving into 2023 and beyond, then make sure you click that link right there. Check that video out straight after this one because it's already helped out so many people and I'm sure that it's going to help you out as well. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next one. Make sure you stay safe out there. Peace.